Timber Bowman, more commonly known by her internet handle timbersperry3, recently garnered the attention of many people on TikTok for her absolute obsession with a man named Dylan Sperry, lead vocalist of a small band named Yote. The feelings are completely one-sided, but Timber still believes that they are meant to be, explaining why in the video that put her on the map to a lot of people. The clip I'm about to show you is from Timber's most viral TikTok ever, and it's her discussing just exactly how her obsession with Dylan came to be.
So, about 2 years ago now, I was in jail, and I had a very spiritual awakening. I had a vision. While I was in jail, I had a vision of this guy that was in a band, and, I don't know how to explain it. I can still kind of see the vision, by the way. My heart is literally beating so freaking fast right now. But, I was in jail, and I had the vision of the guy, and I seen that he had, a infant child, a toddler-sized child. From there, I had another spiritual vision of him, in that same night. Mind you, this was 2 years ago, by the way. This is way before I ever met this guy. I don't know how to, explain visions. I just only really know how to see them. So, I was in jail, and I seen this vision basically pop up like a ring. Okay, a diamond ring. I'm trying to figure out how to open this at the same time as I'm talking. Well, anyways, I seen a diamond ring, and I was like, okay, so do I get married to this guy? And my spiritual guidance said yes, that I marry this guy. Fast forward last year of 2025 of September, it was September 2nd, the day before I met the guy that I like. And the lady goes, by the way, the guy that you like now will not be the guy that you will be married. And I was like, what do you mean? Because I was I'm already contemplating, do I really want to marry this guy? The guy from before that I was liking 10 months ago, almost over a year ago now. And I was already contemplating, I was do I really want to be with this guy? My spiritual guidance told me in jail that I wouldn't be marrying him, And I was I really wanted to go with my heart, but my heart left that guy. But my mind was there. And I was I just want to stick to what I felt I made a promise for, you know what I mean? So it only kind of felt right for me to still kind of like him. And then she was I can tell you that his first name starts with the letter D, but I can't tell you his last name, can't tell you anything else about him. And she was also making it known that I was basically going to meet this guy right away, as soon as I moved. And I was okay. So the first day that I move, I literally meet him. I literally meet the guy, and he's there. He's just there. And I'm my heart just leaps. And I'm walking this, and I'm pacing, and I'm stuttering over my words, and I'm oh my god, and he takes me to Hy-Vee. We do grocery shopping. It's just me and him, one-on-one. And I'm oh my fucking god, oh my fucking god, oh my fucking god. I actually think that this is the guy. I actually really think that this is the guy. My heart just felt so loved. I don't know how to explain it, but it the connection was just there. The connection was just so immediately, and it was just such a heart-touching moment for me, because I haven't been in love in 7 fucking years.
In now what is infamously referred to as the clam video, Timber describes how she had a vision in jail. She is no stranger to the law. We'll get into the specifics of her criminal history later. From thievery to harassment, she's done a little bit of everything. But during her last visit to jail, Timber had a vision leading her to the conclusion that Dylan Sperry was her soulmate, believing so strongly in this that she has already planned her and Dylan's life together.
Anyways, where was I? My head is spinning. Boing, spinning. Okay, where was I? Think, Timby, think. Think, Timby, think. Thinky, Timby, think. Oh yeah. But not only is he my type, from long blonde hair to tattoos all over his body, I can literally feel my heart just like leaping right now. And like, to tattoos all over his body, he's in a band. He is from the military, and he has a child. Like, this is my whole, like, type. This is literally my whole type, like, from absolute fucking head to toe. He probably seems like right here on me. He is so fine, like, god damn. He's just so fine. And he makes me feel so dizzy when I think about him, like, honestly. But anyways, I just kind of felt like that would be like a great story time for me to tell you guys while I tried opening up my clams.
When talking about Dylan, she will occasionally cry out of sheer happiness, but I cannot be more clear, this love is very one-sided. Poor Dylan had already been harassed by Timber quite a bit, and then her video describing him got millions of views on TikTok, causing Dylan Sperry himself to make a video dispelling all of the rumors, proclaiming that while he had had contact with Timber in the past, he was in no way, shape, or form in love with her or romantically involved, along with the fact that he was fearful of what Timber might do.
Hello, I'm Dylan. I'm alive. I'm okay. Thank you for all of your concern and your support during this. And thank you to everyone who reached out to make sure that I was okay and that I wasn't in any danger. Apologize if I didn't answer your message. I've been very overwhelmed over the past 48 hours trying to manage this situation. I have to be very careful about what I say to protect myself legally. I was a life skill specialist or a direct support professional for a company working with people with special needs. And this person was a client to this company. This person, I believe, overheard a conversation I was having with one of her roommates discussing rock and roll music and talking about my band, and found my band, and through that links to my Facebook and my social media accounts, and kind of ran with it. I'm not going to elaborate any further on this situation regarding this person. I don't want to feed it. I think feeding it will only cause it to continue. This person has a pattern of posting extreme things on the internet for attention. So please do not harass or bully this person. If you can, avoid contact with this person. And on a personal note, if you see anything regarding my daughter, if you see anything deemed as a threat, I would greatly appreciate it if you would record that video or save it or send it to my band's page, so that way we can save it and I can continue building a file so that I may protect myself. I won't elaborate on what I'm doing legally to protect myself. I won't elaborate on the company that I worked for, and I won't elaborate on this person, what's going on with them, their diagnosis, anything. I really, really appreciate everyone's concern. I am safe. My family is safe. I'm not recording this from my home, and she does not know where my family lives. She only knows what she has access to on the internet, and my Facebook page I use for slight personal use and mainly advertising my music, if I can. So, I am safe. My family is safe. Thank you for your concern. I love you very much. And if you like my music, stick around. I'm gonna try and keep making more. See how long that goes, till I run out of ideas, I guess. Love you, bye.
This situation was obviously having an impact on Dylan's life before it went viral. Him and his band had both been harassed by Timber, so they were already taking some form of legal action against her, which isn't shocking. The clips that I've shown you of Timber so far are nothing in comparison to what's to come, because Timber has said some absolutely out-of-pocket things about Dylan, most of which I believe to be completely untrue, crafted out of her obsessive desire for Dylan.
So here is another story time about Timbersperry and Sperry. Me and my man. So basically, this was around like September, October 2025, somewhere around there. So anyways, I had basically ended up getting my TV. And honestly, let me just start from the beginning. Fuck that shit. Let me just start from the first day that I got there, okay? So the first day that I got there to the program, it was just me and Dylan. We had this little one-on-one thing. As you guys know, he took me grocery shopping, okay? And he was just staring into my soul, like, the whole entire car ride. Like, he was actually just staring into my soul. And, like, we were just talking, we were just vibing, like, chatting it up, all that kind of stuff, you know, whatever, lovey-dovey. And about a couple days later, he's working, and I ended up getting my TV. And I'm like, Dylan, I'm not really good at, like, electronics, all that kind of stuff. I ended up getting my TV and a PlayStation. Dylan was working, and I was like, hey, could you help me hook up my PlayStation and my TV? He was like, yeah, I can. He was like, yeah, hon, I could help you hook up your TV and all that kind of stuff, right? This dude was in my room with the smile on his face, like the happiest smile on his face, and he literally had a boner. Okay, he literally had a fucking boner. And I know it's not because of somebody else, because he ain't with nobody. He ain't with nobody.
I firmly believe that Timber's harassment was a major influence behind Dylan leaving his job. The true version of this story is that he likely had to go in there and hang a TV in her room, and was harassed for it. Timber would have people believe that Dylan gave her his social medias, and that's why she's such a big fan and knows everything about him. But there are also little grains of truth hidden throughout Timber's videos in her delusional rants. In the next clip we're about to watch, she basically admits to stalking Dylan after overhearing him talking about his band to another person living in her facility.
So anyways, I overhear him having the conversation with one of the other house livers. I'm just gonna call them that. One of my roommates, okay? And about how he was in a band. And I came downstairs. I literally ran downstairs and I was like, Dylan, what is your band name? I was like, can I follow you? And he was like, yeah, you can follow me. And at this time, me and him were literally dating at this time. And we still are dating, but we were literally dating at this time. And because he literally asked me out, by the way. So anyways, he gives me it, and then like a couple days later, I literally found his actual name through his, not SoundCloud, Spotify. Through his Spotify, from his band, from his like band page, music website page, whatever. And so I added him on Facebook, and he didn't block me off of his band page at all until I started sharing his music. And I'm like, well, this is kind of weird. If I'm your girlfriend, then why the fuck can't I share your music? Like, are you okay?
Despite Timber's claims, Dylan and her never dated, and most likely never will. But she saw this act of him giving her his social medias as a free pass, or even more proof that they were together, a complete fabrication of her own mind, but just enough to excuse her terrible behavior towards Dylan.
And then I deleted the chat because I was kind of scared that like the other workers would like try to go through my phone and like see the fact that we were like technically together. And like, how else would I know if I didn't ask you for it? Like, what the fuck? That was literally my way of also asking him back out. Like, if you knew that I was obsessed with you, if you know that I'm in love with you, then why the fuck would you go out of your way to give me your social media? Like, are you okay? You know that I'm in love with you. You know that I'm obsessed with you. Why the fuck would you give me your social media? Like, what? What, bitch? What in the right mind? I can't be a stalker if You're the one that gave me the permission to motherfucking add you on social media, okay? So, what was I just about to say, though? So then a couple months go by, he's still working there, 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 okay? Still working there, knowing that I'm stalking him, knowing that I'm liking him, because, like, he thinks that I'm a player or something, okay? And all of a sudden, this one day comes, and he literally had, like, the most happiest energy in the whole entire room, y'all. Like, he literally seemed so happy. The next day, I was sick to my fucking stomach. Like, sick to my fucking stomach. I had a whole entire doctor's appointment that day. I had a therapy appointment that day, and I couldn't even make it to the doctor's or the therapy appointment because of how fucking sick I was to my stomach sick. Like, I was shitting and pissing everywhere and vomiting everywhere. And that day, he wasn't even supposed to work that day. He came in on his day off, which made me think, okay, he came in on his day off because he likes me. Because he wants to, like, surprise me or, like, you know, something. All of a sudden, I literally have this vision, and I'm like, oh my god, he's literally going to give me something. Like, he's gonna gift me something, okay? And so he comes upstairs from outside because he was cleaning his truck. He has a big-ass, nice-ass truck, honestly. He was like, this bitch got, like, 8 million miles, 10 million miles, and I'm like, okay. And he's literally told me all the stories about how he's literally traveled everywhere. Like, we would literally travel to fucking Walmart, and he would give me fucking cheesy tots. His cheesy tots, bitch. He would only share his cheesy tots with me. Stop playing. He only shared his cheesy tots with me. He didn't offer anybody else in the car if they wanted some motherfucking cheesy tots. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. Them bitches are my cheesy tots, bitch, okay? But anyways, he comes upstairs, and he has this little, like, sunflower clip, and it's, like, so adorable, and I'm like, oh my god, how the fuck does he know that sunflowers are my favorite flower?
She had just said that she ran downstairs after overhearing that Dylan was in a band. But then she turns around and says that she can't be a stalker because Dylan willingly gave her his socials. Timber has been told 1,000,000 times that Dylan is not interested, and that he finds all of this incredibly disturbing. Eventually, Timber found out about the video Dylan had made covering her one-sided love, and as usual, she completely misinterpreted it, claiming that it was only further proof of Dylan's love for her, because he had a flower hanging from the dash of his car.
Anyways, so I just felt the need to say something. Is the fact that that flower in Dylan's video is literally for me. So I don't really care about what none of you fucking hoes on TikTok have to say. Like, 90,000 people love him for me, and I love him for me. Honestly, actually, over 1.2 million people love Dylan for me. So, I personally don't care what you guys have to say about me or my man. But that flower, though, I literally, like, just had chills, like, run through my body. And, like, I almost just started crying. Like, you guys can see, like, the tears in my eyes right now. I really freaking miss him, guys. Like, I really do.
And Timber would not stop at just one response video. She would make another one arguably more extreme, talking about her love for Dylan while using his video as a green screen background. And what she says in this video is nothing less of disgusting.
Hey, no, whoa, I don't. Excuse me. But, like, whole time, why do I actually feel like I look like Jesus right now? With the Virgin Mary. Like, bruh. Why? Wait. Why can't I get... I just want a good angle, please, so I can Photoshop us. And surprise him with all of my obsessions. Okay. I can't take myself serious, because I'm, like, really thinking, like, whole time, what if he really does put me in jail, though? Like, I know it would only be for a day. Like, he would put me in jail just to bail me out, Bookie. Stop playing. Stop playing. Honestly, I cannot wait to, like, eat his fucking booger. Like, I don't know what it is. I just, like, keep having visions of me putting my tongue up his nose, like... Okay. And also, I also keep having spiritual visions of us getting married on June 7th of 2026. AKA, that would be 30 days. And I also keep having spiritual visions that he pays for my open C-section for my deceased baby, our child. He or she is our child. I can't remember the gender, but like when my child's heartbeat was active and alive, I knew the gender, but I can't remember if it was a boy or a girl because I was pregnant with twins with this one. And also, there was one more thing. And I also keep getting so many spiritual downloads of him basically telling me, like, I have so much music for you. Yeah. And honestly, also not to mention, but I think our hands are literally the same size. Wait, let's see. OMG. I'm literally, okay. He's, like, bigger than me, but, like, wait, let's do it like this. Dang, is that really how big his hands are compared to mine? Bro, when I see him in person, I'll have to show you guys. But anyways, I know y'all see my flower right there. The fuck? Someone's outside of my room. But anyways, look how fine my man is. Like, the sun just shining on his face. His eyes are so freaking cute. Like, honestly, I always wished that I had those color eyes. Like, bruh, those are so cute to me. And I love his facial hair. I so hope to God, like, I pray to the Lord and back that he did not freaking shave his face. I honestly love his facial hair. Like, I've never been into men with facial hair. Like, growing up, I've actually had a fear of men with facial hair because when I was a child, I would have these night terrors of some guy named, like, the Unknown Man. And he had facial hair and he had a unibrow and he would do, like, really, really weird, creepy stuff to me. So for, like, the longest time when I was really young, like 3 or 4 years old, I had, like, a really bad fear of my stepdad at night. So, anyways, but I'm over my fear of men with facial hair. I think I am.
The fact that Timber couldn't pick up on Dylan wanting nothing to do with her shows that she will probably never stop. But after she started to go viral, her story changed. She began to claim that she was only acting stalkerish towards Dylan to promote his band, and that everything we had seen so far was somewhat of an act.
Honestly, I feel like I do want to put my love out for him on social media because I was like, maybe if I do, I'll actually like blow up and other people will actually like see their music. So that was really the only reason why I ever actually decided to really talk about my love for this guy, is because I kind of wanted it to just be a little stalkerish so he could like go viral. basically so he could go viral, because I was like, dude, it's so fucking lame how you guys only have 200 fucking followers. So I was just like, and I was like, and your guys' music is really fucking good. Honestly, it's kind of making me feel a little weird that they don't have more music out. Like, I'm like, you guys have been in a band for 3 years and you only have 10 songs out? Maybe it's a little more than 10. I can't remember how many I've counted, but...
This would be much more believable if we didn't have a video from Dylan telling us what's really going on. This is not some fun publicity stunt. It seems like there is law enforcement involved now. And I can't say I blame him. She has a long history of criminal activity, along with her seemingly not taking no for an answer. She has displayed feelings of aggression towards Dylan before. In a video, she claims that on his last day of working there, she was ready to attack him for supposedly switching up on her.
And mind you, all this time, he's literally talking to me about his whole entire life, telling me things about him and his daughter, and talking to me about his music career and all of this stuff, not rejecting me, not one time. Giving me his social media, knowing that I'm in love with him, knowing that I'm obsessed with him. And the next day or later on that week, he starts acting really, really, really fucking sketchy. And I'm like, why is my man acting sketchy as fuck? Like he got something to hide. Okay. Tell me why. I literally come downstairs and it's like nighttime outside because it's literally pitch. Like, the room was kind of, like, dimmed dark. downstairs and the outside was black. So I know this was a different day because he worked night this day. Basically, he starts rejecting me. And I'm like, you haven't rejected me not one fucking time since I've been here. But all of the sudden, you're rejecting me? Okay, I'm pissed. He starts acting weird as fuck. So he's sitting in the chair. Someone is like this on the chair rest, and he starts going. And then all of a sudden, and like, he looks sad as fuck, you guys. Like, he looks sad as fuck, okay? And then all of a sudden, he does one of these numbers. He has his phone like this, and he goes, and some fat ass fucking bitch was on his phone. And now that I know what his mom looks like, I low-key think it was his mom, okay? So I'm like, who's this bitch? And I'm getting aggressive as fuck. I'm literally threatening to beat his fucking ass. I'm literally threatening to beat that bitch ass on the phone. All that shit. All that extra miles. All that shit. Okay? And he just like started just acting really fucking strange that day. And like he started taking pictures of him doing this. With like sad face with a heart. And I'm like, dude, you never are this goddamn low, bro. Like, you are never this goddamn low. I don't even have a hole in my phone. I don't have nothing of those natures, bro. Like, why the fuck are you doing this? Literally, that's literally what the fuck I was saying. And you can ask anybody else that was up in that goddamn house that day, because they knew that I was ready to knock that motherfucker out, bro. Okay.
Like I said before, I have a strong belief that Timber had something to do with Dylan leaving that job. The truth of the story is that Timber most likely found out about this and was mad at Dylan for it, rewriting history in her own head to be what she just said. I included that clip because I wanted people to see that it's not all just affection towards Dylan, there's also aggression, but not just towards him. His bandmates are also the target of Timber's harassment. She will call them during TikTok live streams and leave angry voicemails, often threatening them if they don't get her in contact with Dylan.
Yo, Dylan Sperry, you are the best husband in the whole entire world. Yeah, you are. Yeah, and I'm gonna punch your best friend in the face if he ever thinks that I'm a disgrace. Yeah, bam, guys. Mic drop for you guys. Anyways, Brody Miller, I kind of need your help getting a hold of Dylan because people are telling me that he's making, like, obsession posts over me on TikTok, and, like, I haven't been able to see it yet. And people in my comment sections are all asking me, who is Brody Miller, and I'm, like, explaining to them how me and you used to be best friends when you lived in Florida, and how you used to have connections to the DHS worker, and then the DHS worker got a hold of Dylan's family, and then they literally asked if I wanted to get adopted by them. So yeah. And then I met you guys in my school, and all that kind of stuff. So anyways, I just thought that was kind of cool to, like, remind you of. Hopefully you have a wonderful night, my friend. And, let Dylan know that I'm in love with him. Okay, so, look at my ring. If you're still watching me like an obsession, like you're obsessed with me, then you'd be able to show Dylan Sperry. I almost said Brody Miller because all these people are like, Brody Miller, we're fans of you and Timbers live. Brody Miller, come back here. They're all like, oh, we're on FaceTime with Brody Miller. And I'm like, I don't care, dog. Wow, your ring is beautiful. Where is it from? My ring is from... I don't know. But I do know that it was, like, expensive as fuck.
Timber's delusion regarding Dylan's band is a big part of this. She sees herself as their #1 fangirl and doesn't understand why they aren't more supportive, when in reality she's a stalker who twists anything Dylan does into some sort of romantic gesture. Timber also believes that she's had a massive influence on the band's music, thinking that their last dozen songs were written about her. and creating that many songs of her own about the band and especially Dylan.
And these are all of the songs that I've made about him so far. It is Just Like Her, Baby, My Direction, Had Me at Hello, Love Game, Checklist, Tsunami, Wake the Room Up, Right Now, Give Me a Sign, Too Deep, Supernatural. That song is about, as you can see at the bottom, what it says, awareness. No Place to Call Home. That one, I don't really know when that one's gonna drop. Don't Look Back, basically telling me it's okay to be in love with Dylan. Don't look back on anything in my past. Don't let anybody try to, ruin my future, basically, by Don't Look Back. Boss Bitch. Do you all low-key want to hear a snippet of Boss Bitch? Let me show you guys. Belongs to You. Also, by the way, I also took this as another spiritual sign, is that in 2014, Dylan took this picture of him on his Instagram with him eating a cupcake on March 28th, my birthday. Yeah, literally, on my fucking birthday. No Sleep. That one's more like a rock theme. Pick Up the Phone, Silver Lining.
I would also like to point out that it appears she made all of these songs within the span of a few months, but her obsession with Dylan seems to have spanned the better part of a year, and it's already had a negative impact on his life, even before it went viral. But Timber cannot understand this. It seems that deep in her mind she knows Dylan is upset with her, but she just can't seem to put her finger on why.
I am internally crying right now. Like, heavily internally crying now. Honestly, like, I don't really know where I went wrong. Like, we were already together. Like, I don't understand, like, what I did wrong at all. So, you know what I mean? So, it was just like, and I'm already married to him. Like, I was already posting on social media saying that I was married to him. Literally. But, and that was literally the last day that I saw him, unfortunately. So, and then since then, and also, by the way, since then, I've noticed that he keeps blocking me and blocking me and unblocking me, blocking me and unblocking me, blocking me, unblocking me, blocking me, unblocking me from his band page on TikTok. Literally, they would block me and unblock me, block me and unblock me, and I'm just like, bro, like, just tell me, love me already. I'm literally crying right now, guys. Like,
she's claiming that they're already married when they were never dating and Dylan never had any romantic interest in her. But she can't figure out what she did wrong. She can't understand why Dylan's mad. I think the truth of the matter is that these feelings are real only in Timber's mind. I'm not a doctor, but I'm sure there's a lot of chemical stuff going on there, and all of that makes her incapable of believing that she's not meant to be with Dylan. But make no mistake, Dylan is not the first, but the latest in a long line of people victimized by Timber. In the first clip I showed you, Timber talked about how she had a vision of Dylan while in jail. Well, first let's talk about what landed her in said jail. Timber's criminal record is extensive, charged with numerous crimes, but the most prevalent are interfering with an officer, theft in the 5th degree, domestic assault, and harassment, having committed a great many of these crimes before her obsession with Dylan took root. And some of these crimes were because of similar behavior. Before her obsession with Dylan, Timber was obsessed with a man named Cody, who might have somehow gotten it worse than Dylan. Here is an account of some of the time that Cody spent with Timber years ago. I'm doing fine. I was hoping to never have to deal with this again, however it's come to this and for me to tell my story again. So basically I first met her after an old buddy of mine came home from the military, and me and Taz went to see him / hang out at his house, and she was there with my military friend's brother, or cousin, not sure, but they were related in some way, and so those two were together in their room the whole time. Me and Taz were chilling in the other room with my military buddy. I was playing Far Cry while Taz was making music. I forget what my military friend was doing, but all I know is Timber kept coming out to talk with me and Taz, and she immediately was telling us, me specifically, don't tell anyone I was here. I really ignored her as much as I could and was just gaming, and she sat near me and watched me play, and I paid absolutely no mind to it. Fast forwarding a week or two, I think I was trying to have the boys come over to swim at my pool, which was Taz and JD. I strictly told them no females. house. So me and Taz meet up and are waiting for JD, and here JD comes walking through my driveway with Timber and Tail, and immediately told him, "Bro, I said no girls." And he basically was like, "I know, but she wanted to come anyway. I didn't think it would be an issue." So I told him it's fine, I wasn't going to kick her out because I didn't want to be a dick. It seemed like they were dating at the time, and I later found out they were. So we're all chilling in the pool, and she's sitting outside of it staring at me. She would try on multiple occasions to engage in conversation with me, and I ignored her. And over time, I started to be an asshole to her because she wouldn't stop trying to get my attention. At some point, I tell JD that he needs to make her leave. He's trying to reason with me, but I tell him she's gotta go. She was giving me weird vibes. And she kept acting like we knew each other, like we were best friends that had always known each other. It was weirding me out. A few days later, I was hanging out with my buddy Taz, and I started talking to this boy on my phone named Luke. And long story short, we became lovers. And over the course of our relationship, Timber is nonstop posting about me, talking about me, making up stories about me, and I ended up seeing a photo of her in my room with my do-rag on her head. It was at this point I figured out she's been going to my house when I'm not there. And my mom has sleep apnea, so she was out cold in her room while this transpired. Once I figured this out, I made a police report and everything. Spoke with the officer who's arrested her previously and knows of her, but he ended up saying he can't do anything, unless she's there pretty much. But I made my claim anyways because I was pissed off. Once I did that, a few more days go by and I'm with my boyfriend at his house, and my mother tells me Timber is here and my back porch. We rush there immediately and find her there, and I'm already yelling at her, cussing, getting aggressive with my words, trying to make her leave, and she wouldn't go. My mother calls the police, and while they're on their way, I'm inside the house with Luke while my mom is out there, one-on-one being kinder than I was, telling her she needs help. And she needs to leave me alone, and stop coming here, stalking me and posting misinformation about me. She wasn't even flinching. She was so in her world and caught off guard that I was with a boy. Then me and Luke sat down and told her what we've been wanting to get off our chest for a min, and the BS she's been causing us. She didn't take our relationship seriously and thought it was all some prank. Eventually the police came, arrested her, and I didn't see her again until passing in the car. And she was walking on the sidewalk with a cart from a store like she was homeless. Cody's account of his interactions with Timber is disturbing. It's a pretty clear case of stalking and what I believe landed her in jail for harassment, which is the same place that she had her vision and moved on to Dylan. This past instance with Cody proves that Timber is willing to go even further for guys that she sees as her soulmate. These supposed visions have profound influence on what Timber does, along with her general beliefs of the world. Timber's visions have told her that in a past life, she was a mermaid. And even more disturbingly, they've told her that she is the spirit mother of Dylan's child, revealing all of this in what is now known infamously as the Mermaid Soul Seed video.
So, and all of my friends in school met this family, by the way, and they all loved this family. Like, they all loved my boyfriends. Like, any guy that I was ever with, they loved for me. So, and I was just like, okay. And me and him were talking, and he was like, I have a girlfriend. And I was like, okay. And me and the girlfriend started, like, talking a little more after the visit, and it was totally fine. I also had a boyfriend at the time, sorry. And, basically, like, we just started, like, messaging each other, me and the baby mom. Sorry, I was trying to remember where I was at. Me and the girlfriend at the time, which is now his baby mom. So they haven't even been they technically really weren't even boyfriend and girlfriend. They were really just friends. And they just called each other boyfriend and girlfriend because one's a guy, one's a girl, and they're friends. And which is exactly what the baby mom had explained to me. She was like, I don't want you to think that I want your man, but, she was like, but I really do kind of want to have a child with this guy, though. And I was like, really? Let me plant a seed into your soul. So I planted a seed into her soul, and I kind of explained to her, I was like, I'm a mermaid from my past life, and in this life, and when I was a mermaid, I was abducted by, by a siren. I was abducted by a siren as a little child, as a little girl, okay? And I, became a mermaid. Somehow I wasn't a siren, but it's kind of a little weird because in this life, I am technically a siren, I believe, and technically not a mermaid. And I'm like, I don't really know what that means, but at the same time, children attract themselves to me, so I'm like, hopefully that's not, something creepy, because, I don't kidnap kids, but anyways, but she was like, we've been trying to have a kid and it's not working, and I just kind of really want to find someone else, all that kind of stuff. So I was like, okay. So I basically got her pregnant.
Timber does not believe that she is a mermaid in this life. She now claims to be a siren, and every time she talks about being a siren, she disturbingly implies that it attracts kids to her.
They don't have a problem with me, boy or girl. So I'm just telling you, it's not my fault that I attract children more than I attract adults. Maybe because children are more respectful. So let's start there.
I think we're beginning to see more and more why Dylan is pursuing legal action. Even before she went viral, Timber allegedly went into a guy's house to put on his clothing because she was obsessed with him. And then she trespassed on his property, refusing to leave. And with Dylan, she's convinced herself that she's the sole mother to his child. This, along with her weird siren claims, are all incredibly disturbing. But despite being told that none of this is real countless times, Timber refuses to believe it. She thinks that Dylan loves her, and that they're going to be having a wedding on June 6th. She's picked out their outfits. She's totally ready to go. But the only thing this wedding is missing is a venue and a willing groom.
Guys, I literally have a literal wedding dress picked out. It is so freaking cute. Me and my husband and my daughter, I'd be wanting to joke around and call her my daughter-in-law, because would that make sense? But I don't really want to say that though, because I love her like my real daughter. So, and also, fun fact, I actually named her. But anyways, we literally have sparkly shoes, all three of us, me, my husband, and our child. We all three have sparkly shoes, and mine and my daughter's dress are twinsies AF. Guys, our dress is literally so freaking cute. I love it, and I can already see it. I can already see it, girl. I can already see it on me. Oh my Lord. Lord, hey, you are. Y'all, I know y'all did not just hear that kid say stupid. That was cute as fuck. That was me and my brothers when we were kids. And my man's tuxedo. Okay, this is a thing. Okay, I'm still kind of between two tuxedos. But at the same time, I love the one that I already picked out. But the first tuxedo that I was gonna pick, it was a black tuxedo with little white collar thing. A white undershirt with the white collar on top.
I'm gonna keep saying it until the video ends. Dylan has no romantic interest in Timber Bowman. He is scared at what she's capable of out of her obsession for him. And the impact of social media on all of this is yet to be seen. Thousands of people have told Timber that none of this stuff regarding Dylan is real, and even a disturbed few are feeding into her delusions. But from what I've seen, Timber is relatively unchanged by her video going viral. She still thinks that her and Dylan are getting married, which they're not, among many other disturbing things. I would call this the most one-sided love story that ever existed, but love has nothing to do with this. It's obsession, born out of desire, and similar cases have had far worse endings. Hopefully that's not the case with Timber, but I believe she is fully capable of it. Capable of anything, really, because she is quite possibly TikTok's most dangerous stalker.